Okay, so I filmed this video yesterday. Um, Sorry, don't even know where to sit for this camera angle to be somewhat good. I looked like I just rolled out of bed, which, I mean, technically I did. Hopped in the shower. Now I'm filming this video. Talked a little bit about this yesterday while I was filming my bad video. Pretty much, this is going to be kind of about, like, how to get over the fact that you live with unsupportive people. So, to start this off, I recently came out as non-binary. Basically, that means that, I don't feel like, I kind of explained this in my last video too, but I don't feel like I kind of rely on any gender at this point in my life. I kind of have to be a guy in my everyday life because I live in a shit show. Um, I also kind of have to be, I don't know, I just have to live up to societal norms, which is why this channel is all about crushing them and breaking them down and just ruining them. So I think, um, like my personal life, I really try to every day, 2019 is my year. Like every day I try to be more like myself. I just try to, do more things that are to me. And to me, it's basically like carrying a bag, wearing leggings, eventually getting into makeup. I know I have all this random facial hair that I don't want to have anymore. I shave it off every time I even see it on me. Um, but yeah, it's kind of about being the true me this year. Um, so yeah, I got this the other day for getting a stellar GPA in my first year of grad school. It's a microcourse crossbody jet set style with the featured MKs all over it. I got it at the Tanger outlets in Pittsburgh. It was 60% off at 248 and then 20% off 100. So I got it for 84, I think. It's really nice. It's got 3 inside pockets, which is really awesome. I was talking to my friends, just normally I carry these bigger bags, and I was just talking to my friends about, like, what do they carry in their going out bag, because technically, this is a crossbody, it's meant for going out. So they were just like, oh, we just carry, like, lip products, we carry, like, keys, wallet, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, cool. So, I just kind of really like to get a feel for my friends and what they carry in theirs, because as a guy that, well, as non-binary, that is exploring both sides of myself, I really want to get that best me that I can be. So yeah, so let's get into this. This is kind of about living with people that don't support you for you. So first thing you gotta know about me and the family that I grew up in. I still live in their house, which is, I mean, I'm paying money into the savings account every month, like, so that when I move out in the next 2 years, I can buy my own place. It's a pretty solid deal, but I just wish that I didn't feel like my mental health was impeded by the place that I live in, if that makes any sense at all. Um, so I see a therapist. I've been seeing a therapist since 2016. I've pretty much been seeing a therapist on and off since 8th grade. Well, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe 7th grade. But the first therapist I had, he wasn't like, I don't know, he didn't really understand who I was. And I kind of didn't like that because it was like, I'm not this guy. And I think I was questioning myself a little bit then as far as like sexuality went and as far as gender orientation went. So he wasn't very open to other things because when I first came to with like, I like bags, I told my mom about it and she was less than thrilled. I think one of her first words to me was, oh, you don't have any style taste. And I was like, there's Michael Kors in my closet. Like, I have some style taste. I don't know what you're talking about. But I honestly think that was kind of jealousy, though. Like, she didn't have the stuff that I had, and she didn't know how I was getting the stuff that I'd had. Whatever. But I just remember, like, this therapist guy, he was always like, well, what are you gonna say? Like, if you go out with your guy friends, what are you gonna say if, like, you have your bag in the car? You're gonna be like, oh, hold on, let me get my purse. Like, that's gonna sound totally gay. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like I feel like we're getting more progressive to the point that that's not gay anymore. I don't know. I mean, part of me says we're getting more progressive to the point that that's not weird or anything. But part of me says we're still stuck in our time zone. And we definitely are. I'm studying for my master's right now, in social work, and we just had this human diversity class where we talked about this whole gender thing and the sexuality thing, and how, like, it's a total generational thing. Um, and I definitely believe that because, like, my friends are totally on board with me. I was just talking to one of my best friends. She's been amazing to me. She's been a definite support this whole time. And also, the girl that I used to date, she's also been really, really awesome with me, even post us dating. She's been really cool. Um, but I have all these super supportive friends, and it's definitely a generational thing because even my guy friends, like, well, okay, I have like one solid guy friend. I'm really not telling him about this because he's a Bible thumper, and nothing against y'all, but like, there's nothing in the Bible that says anything about like any of this stuff. To be fair, I mean, I think it says men can't marry men, but you know what? That all went down the wayside whenever Adam and Eve took the fruit out of the garden. They were given one job, not to eat the fruit. And what did they do? They ate the fruit. So anything that's like perceived as evil or whatever, like being non-binary or whatever, is considered evil. And you know what? Don't eat the fruit. Then we wouldn't have this issue. But we do, and it's you just gotta move on from it. Anyways, back to my story. I get off topic all the time. I ramble a lot about just nothing. But anyways, so I had this talk with my parents a couple weeks ago because I was like just telling people like I need to move out, like this isn't good for me anymore. Um, Basically, I've been seeing this new therapist since 2016. She's pretty awesome. She's the best. She understands me. She gets me. She lets me have these full out venting sessions with her. She's very good at what she does. And if you're in the Pittsburgh area, I definitely recommend Steel Valley Wellness. If you are looking for a new therapist, for sure, they're an amazing group of people. But anyways, um, I was talking to my parents because I was like, oh, I need to move out soon. Like, this isn't good for me anymore. Like, my mental health state is going down. Well, okay, we had this talk. It was like surprisingly pretty decent. It went it went better than I thought it was going to go. But the next day, my mom like I was asking me when I was eating like, oh, she thinks it's a bad idea to move out, and it's like not good because I can save a lot of money living here, and it was really like I get it. I get that I can save a ton of money living here. I get that. I understand that. I fully get that. But then I was like, there's things about me that I feel like make you really uncomfortable. So, and I really can't be like the real me when I'm living here. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I feel like, and I explained this to her that I was like, I've told people before that the reason that we don't get along is because I didn't come out to be the son you wanted, okay? And when I say that, it's like my mom is very Republican. She's very Christian. She's very like by the Bible books. Like, spare the rod, spoil the child, or whatever that phrase is. She's used it on me all the time. Like, and that's just the mindset here. So, or like men shouldn't be allowed to marry because the Bible told me so. Like, okay, well, the Bible told you to jump off a cliff. Like, what do you do that? So the way I came out, it was like she wanted me to be a Republican Christian boy into boy things. I came out a liberal, spiritual boy into girl things. That's also a ghost hunter. Just the icing on the cake right there. Um, and then she was like, well, I just thought like you'd be a little bit more into religion because like when you were a child, Christ visited you in your sleep. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. It's a miracle. That was an awesome thing to happen. But, my beliefs have changed. I really haven't. I kind of go to church like Christmas Eve and I think that's it, honestly. I don't really go to church any other time right now. But it's not because I don't want to be there. It's just I'm tired of hearing the same story over and over again. Like, they teach you not to judge and not to, to forgive others. But does anyone that goes to church actually listen to those things? Because if they taught you not to judge, you'd love me for me instead of just being uncomfortable anytime, God forbid, I have one of my bags sitting out. And that's another thing. Like, in my closet, I can't just openly put a purse anywhere I want to. Right now, I do have my Michael Kors crossbody sitting out on my desk in my bedroom, only because I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a reaction from it. Usually, to tell me things about me isn't really the style here. It's more like she'll see something and then she'll just be passive aggressive towards me the rest of the day. And that's okay, but like, I'm a pretty upfront person. If you have something to say to me, say it to me. Like, don't hide behind a passive aggressiveness. Um, but anyways, um, she was just kind of like, oh, like what kind of things make me uncomfortable? Like, what are the things out there that are uncomfortable? And I was like, well, you still haven't gotten over the fact that I like feminine things. And she stopped for a second, and she was almost like, okay, that's still going on? I was like, yeah, it's still going on. And it's like, I've caught in things in, I've caught in things like drawers open and stuff, in, drawers open in my closet. I have one set of dresser for all my feminine things. I have one dresser for all my guy stuff. I've caught my stuff with my drawers with my feminine stuff in it has been open at times that I definitely didn't open it. Like, I always made sure to close it. I've also caught times where I feel like someone's going through my bag during the day. Just, I don't know why. Um, but I think I've made the point pretty clear that I think I could be doing a lot worse. Let's be real. I could be selling drugs. I could be buying drugs. I could be using drugs. I could be buying guns. I could be doing a lot more illegal and horrible things. If the worst I'm doing is buying a Michael Kors bag because God forbid, I like a Jet Set tote, or the worst thing I do is, use a Longchamp bag when I'm out in public, I think I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty okay. I think I'm good. I just don't see. I don't see the need to, you know, berate me because I do things that are out of the social norm. So I hope I hope people find this channel relatable. I'm definitely trying to do some more videos on here because I think I have a lot to talk about. But just remember, you could be doing a lot worse than what you're doing. If you're a guy in my situation, you could be doing a lot worse things. If the worst thing that we do is buy a Michael Kors bag or carry a Longchamp bag or wear some makeup, whatever. I really think that shouldn't define who we are because we're much better than that. We're much stronger than that. And if you live with someone who worships the Bible, like, I don't know, a Bible worshiper, just remember, if the Bible told them to jump off a cliff, would they? Because, I mean, they'd listen to everything else the Bible says. And also, a quick intro to the Bible. Do you ever notice that people that claim to be these Bible thumpers will only agree with some of the things in the Bible that apply to their situation, they don't really care that, like, oh, the Bible said not to judge. Oh, don't worry, they also said not to kill people, so I haven't killed anyone yet. I mean, yeah, you haven't killed anyone yet, but um, God said he would judge the person when they got to heaven. So if I go to hell because, God forbid, I carry a microcourse bad or something, it's worth it. I'm sorry, it's worth it. Like, I mean, there's just so many worse things I could be doing with my life, and I'm not. But I think the thing that stuck to me most was the fact that she basically told me that the reason I'm doing the things that I'm doing is because I have an animosity towards her. And I don't understand that at all, because I'm just trying to be happy. And if me trying to be happy is having an animosity towards someone because I'm trying to live my life the best way I can do it, I don't know what to say in that situation. But I do know that when I came out as non-binary, the two people I couldn't wait to tell most were my parents, because I thought if anyone's going to support me, it's going to be them. I was wrong. The people that supported me the most were my friends, my therapist, and one of my coworkers she's beyond amazing. So I'm really thankful that I have the connections with the people that I do in my life, because it's a refuge to run to um, when I need someone. So I'm really thrilled about that. And I guess some of my extended family is really pretty awesome too. When I told them, they were like, "That's awesome, AJ. Like, we'll always support you. We'll always think about you. Like, that's really awesome." Um, so yeah, sorry this was just a video of me rambling pretty much the whole time, but I really hope I provided some good info, some really helpful things for people that are going through the same stuff. So if you like it, like the video, subscribe. We'll talk more about other things that bother people. But if you have a societal norm that you want to see broken, go to my Twitter page at norms412. It's NORMZ412. Either send me a message or tweet at me. Let me know what kind of societal norm you want to see broken, and we'll go from there. Or if you have my phone number, and I'm not going to give my number out on this channel, but if you have my number, text me, let me know what you want to see broken. Or just leave a comment below on my video and let me know the things you want to see broken, because we're totally all about ruining those societal norms around this time. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the support from everyone. If you picked up anything from this video, like that orb that just flew by, sorry, I lost my train of thought because that was really weird. I did explain I'm a ghost hunter, so I don't know why that should be throwing me off. It's definitely not an orb, it might be a bug. Whatever. That's really weird to have the ending of that video be that. But, if you picked up anything, I would totally say you could be doing worse. If the worst thing you're doing is being yourself, be you. It's all about being you. Thanks for watching, though. Sorry I rambled.